All right, guys. I've been hearing about this whole Hillary Clinton about to run again. Truth be told, I highly doubt it's gonna happen. I don't think Hillary Clinton is that stupid. I mean, if she is, then I'm gonna say she'll be the dumbest woman in the world because you honestly think that some of her people who actually backed her in 2016 is actually gonna back her in 2020? No, that pretty much the Democrats know that if she would have run and she would have been nominee, which honestly I highly doubt she's going to be nominee anyways. I said Joe Biden she may come into a second or third place, maybe even a fourth. I don't really know, but chances are her actually getting into the race is really low, and pretty much her winning the race is even more low. I mean, think about it. She lost. She lost to Trump. People say, "Oh well, that's just a popular vote." He won more states and he won more districts. If you were to look at the districts of New York and and pretty much a lot of other districts, I would say the only district I would say that probably she did very well with was California. That's the only state she actually won it with a clear margin. Even New York, he won more districts than her. That's why I would say that when it comes to New York, he may can flip it, but I highly doubt he can that much. I'll get to that a little later on. But when it comes to her actually running again, I highly doubt she's gonna actually do so. And if she does run again, I highly doubt she'll be the nominee. And if she does be the nominee, I highly doubt she'll beat Trump. Because I would say the support that she had in 2016 was the most support ever gonna have. Honestly, she's gonna if she were to actually run again, I would say she may end up losing even more states. And who knows, she may even lose the popular vote. Now, I don't have confidence that Trump is gonna actually beat her in California. I would say California is still gonna be blue. Thing is that a lot of states that she did win, like for example, when it came to New Hampshire, when it came to New Mexico, I say that they may end up flipping. Now, if she were to run, I would say that New York may stay blue, but that's a different scenario all in itself. When it comes to other states like Wisconsin, the one she lost to, then chances are they may feel even more alienated. Now, she may go there though, but chances are she may be alienating a lot of her support key for voting fans, and she may end up losing it by even more. I would say the only people who vote for her is the pussy hat wearers and the feminists, and some people who may say Hillary 2020. That's pretty much it. And the Hillary 2020, I would say, if you would look at the actual people who got it for her, I would say that most likely would diminish by probably around 45%. So I would say she'll have possibly around 55% baggage with that one. But everything else, everybody gonna say, why didn't you take your shot? Why didn't you actually learn your lesson the first time? And she's gonna most likely even lose the popular vote, and the Democrats is gonna be destroyed at that point. But I don't really think that the far left is actually gonna vote for her. So I would say this: if it comes to that, I would say her getting into the race this late on, which she could do, but I say that if she were to go into it late on, she would pretty much maybe in like third or fourth place, if that. I highly doubt she'll be in first. She most likely her ass kicked unless she asks for favors, and she may get, who knows, she may can get into first, honestly. Now, if she does, there goes the general, then the general election comes, which she'll most likely be annihilated by Trump. Trump will easily tap dance on her at that point. He'll say, she lost for the first time, why the hell is she doing it now? And I know people say, well, it's time for a woman to be in office now. Yeah, a lot of people said a lot of the women who are white suburban neighborhoods didn't vote for her anyways. Isn't that a little bit odd? That even the women voted 63% Trump. I think it's a little bit more than that. I think it's like 65% of white women voting for Trump. And you would, in truth be told, I honestly thought she had that in the bag. I thought that she had the female vote locked and loaded. The thing is that she didn't. And the one problem is that when it comes to an actual election, she won't win. Pretty much, this woman's already had bad luck when it comes to her health. Imagine her being on a debate stage and being pretty much actually campaigning. She isn't even that young. She isn't that even that younger than Trump is. I would say she's only like what, a year younger, probably a few months younger, honestly. And considering how she was the first time, imagine her being a lot older. She will pretty much probably die on the debate stage. She probably would die on the campaign trail. And who's going to be her VP at that point? I know it ain't going to be a Joe Biden. Most likely, probably Elizabeth Warren, maybe. When it comes to Bernie Sanders, I highly doubt it. She pretty much gonna have to have someone who A, younger, and B, has more actual popularity than she does. And it can't be a Kamala. Tulsi Gabbard, because she's already been actually making fun of her, was saying that she's a Russian asset, even though she has no actual evidence of it. Tulsi Gabbard's the only one that called her out on her bullshit. But I say like this: if Trump would actually face against Hillary Clinton in 2020, he will pretty much destroy her. In fact, I would say instead of winning 30 states, he may just win 35 or 40. I would say probably even New York may end up voting for him this time. He may end up. I will say he most likely will win in a big landslide. It probably looked just like when it came to Richard Nixon facing his second opponent, or when it came to Ronald Reagan facing his first and second opponent. It most likely be like that. But truth be told, I don't think she'll run. Truth be told, for me, kind of hoping that she does. I honestly hope that she actually does run, because truth be told, I want her to pretty much see the consequences of her actions and tell her to finally, hey, shut the fuck up. If she would have run and she would have won the nominee and she loses, the Democratic Party will not just lose the House, but they'll lose the Senate, and pretty much they didn't have the White House. They'll lose the Senate at that point, definitely. I would say the only way a Democrat will actually win the Senate is if they actually denounce her, honestly. They'll say, we're not Hillary Clinton, we don't like her, we condemn her. That's pretty much all that they can actually do with that situation, because they're gonna actually look at as Hillary supporters, and they will lose. And the Senate and the House will pretty much go red. I would say Republicans will destroy them in the House at that point. Trump will be able to do everything he wants, just like clockwork, really quickly. That's about all.